Cleto Valentine Escobedo III, born on August 23, 1966, in Las Vegas, Nevada, was a man whose life was defined by rhythm, laughter, and friendship. His story was one of loyalty, love, and the kind of musical brilliance that cannot be taught. It had to be lived. From his earliest days surrounded by the bright lights of Las Vegas to the soulful melodies that filled late-night television for over 2 decades, Cleto lived every beat with purpose. His untimely passing on November 11, 2025, left behind more than silence. It left behind a legacy of sound, friendship, and joy that continues to echo in hearts around the world. Cleto's childhood was filled with music and warmth. Born into a loving family, he was raised by his parents, Cleto Escobedo Jr. and Sylvia Escobedo, who nurtured his early fascination with sound. His father, once a butler for legends like Sammy Davis Jr. and Tom Jones, was also a gifted musician who had set his musical ambitions aside to provide for his family. Yet, fate had a way of bringing things full circle. Years later, that same man would join his son on one of the biggest stages in television, playing saxophone as part of the house band on Jimmy Kimmel Live. His mother, Sylvia, saw the spark in her son early on. It was she who suggested that Cleto's father teach him the saxophone, a simple suggestion that shaped the course of Cleto's life forever. Under his father's guidance, the young boy learned not just how to play notes, but how to feel them, to let every breath carry emotion. As a teenager, Cleto's passion for music continued to grow. Though he excelled in academics, his heart belonged to the rhythm of jazz. After high school, he enrolled at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, with plans to major in political science. But destiny has a way of calling louder than practicality. Between classes, he performed with jazz groups around campus, captivating crowds with his soulful sound and magnetic stage presence. What began as a hobby soon became an irresistible calling. He took a semester off to focus on music, and he never went back. While his love for music guided his career, it was friendship that shaped his soul. In 1977, when the Kimmel family moved across the street from the Escobedos in Las Vegas, young Cleto met Jimmy Kimmel. The two boys became instant friends, partners in laughter, curiosity, and dreams. They attended Gwynn Junior High School together, sharing not only classes but countless nights watching Late Night with David Letterman, imagining what it would be like to one day make people laugh and smile like that. They didn't know it then, but those nights of shared laughter and inspiration were the foundation of a partnership that would one day touch millions. Cleto's career took off long before late-night television came calling. In 1988, he joined pop superstar Paula Abdul on her world tour, performing songs from her hit album Forever Your Girl. His energy, charisma, and skill on the saxophone caught everyone's attention. The crowds loved him, and fellow musicians respected him for his precision and heart. His success continued to grow as he performed with major artists, including Latin sensation Marc Anthony. Cleto was living every musician's dream, traveling the world, playing to thousands, and sharing stages with some of the most talented artists of his generation. But even as his music took him far from home, he remained grounded in the values he learned growing up: humility, gratitude, and family. Those values would soon lead him to make one of the most defining choices of his life. In the early 2000s, Cleto was considering stepping back from the music industry. Years of constant travel and performance had taken their toll, and he was ready for a quieter life. Then, his childhood friend Jimmy Kimmel called. Jimmy was about to launch his own late-night show on ABC and had only one person in mind to lead the house band Cleto. The invitation reignited something inside him, the same spark that had lit up his life as a boy. Without hesitation, Cleto accepted. In 2003, Jimmy Kimmel Live premiered, featuring Cleto and the Cletones as the house band. From the first episode, Cleto's energy set the tone. His music didn't just fill transitions between sketches and interviews, it gave the show its soul. The chemistry between Cleto and Jimmy was undeniable, a blend of humor, respect, and brotherhood that audiences could feel through the screen. Together, they co-wrote the show's theme song along with Jonathan Kimmel and Les Pierce, creating a tune that would become instantly recognizable to millions of viewers. Night after night, Cleto brought warmth, rhythm, and laughter to television. His smile was infectious, his talent undeniable, and his friendship with Jimmy became one of late-night TV's most cherished relationships. Beyond the show, Cleto's influence extended across the industry. He collaborated with fellow bandleaders like Jimmy Vivino from Late Night with Conan O'Brien and Paul Schaefer from The Late Show with David Letterman. He wasn't just a performer, he was a voice for musicians. Passionate about fairness, he worked with others to advocate for artists' rights, ensuring musicians received proper recognition and compensation for performances distributed online. Offstage, Cleto's life was filled with love. He was a devoted husband to his wife, Lori, and a proud father. Together, they built a life rooted in love, laughter, and music. In their Studio City home, family came first. Cleto's humility, kindness, and generosity made him a role model to those around him. He had a gift for making people feel seen and valued, whether it was his family, his colleagues, or fans who met him after shows. Despite his fame, he remained down to earth, a man who measured success not in money or accolades, but in smiles and shared joy. When Cleto passed away on November 11, 2025, at the age of 59, the world felt the loss deeply. Jimmy Kimmel announced his death through an emotional tribute that captured what so many already knew. Cleto wasn't just a band leader, he was family. The cause of death was not officially confirmed, though reports speculated possible complications from a liver transplant. What mattered most to those who loved him, however, was not how he died, but how he lived. Tributes poured in from across the entertainment world. Musicians, comedians, and fans alike remember Cleto as a light, a man who made every stage brighter and every room warmer. Fellow performers spoke of his kindness, his professionalism, and his infectious joy. Viewers share memories of the laughter he brought to their homes for over 2 decades. Even in mourning, there was gratitude for the music, the moments, and the man who gave his all. Cleto's legacy went far beyond television. His life was proof that success is not about fame, but about impact. He lived for connection, for the laughter shared with a friend, the applause of an audience moved by a song, the comfort of a family that loved him unconditionally. His music was more than entertainment, it was an expression of life itself, vibrant, unpredictable, and full of heart. As time moves on, the echoes of his saxophone still linger in the hearts of those who heard him play. The band he led continues to perform, carrying his rhythm forward, keeping his spirit alive in every note. For Jimmy Kimmel, and for millions of fans, Cleto Escobedo remains irreplaceable, the heartbeat of a show that made America laugh before bed, and the soul of a friendship that spanned nearly half a century. Cleto's story reminds us that greatness is not measured in headlines or awards, but in the love and laughter we leave behind. He lived with authenticity, gave without expectation, and inspired everyone who knew him to do the same. His life was a song that will never fade, a melody of friendship, family, and purpose. And though his saxophone has fallen silent, its tune lives on in every heart he touched. Cleto Escobedo was more than a musician. He was the soundtrack of joy, a reminder of how beautiful life can be when lived in harmony with love, laughter, and loyalty. His story may have reached its final note, but his music, plays on forever.